The robin chirping there in these roadside trees. This is the Dyffryn car park for the Dyffryn beach. It's a very gloomy day. I'll walk up here to the Dyffryn seaside estate and then cross over the dunes, then back along the beach. There's still one or two people here on the estate. Let's see, there's been one or two cars that have driven by. It's 19th of October, so well into the autumn. Up here you can see there's cars on the lane there. There's the reception centre. It's pretty deserted, but there are a few people here. The tarmac lane will be ending shortly. I'll be crossing the sand dunes to the beach. The estate back there. And of course, on this section of the coast you can always see Mulfra and the Lawless Ridge in the background. So through this gate and across the dunes. This is the sandy path across the dunes, and it's the beach. Of course, very few people here now, this time of year. Here's the beach. I can see 4 people on the beach. I can also see a boat about a half-mile out. So down to the edge of the surf, and then I'll be walking, well, less than a mile, down to where the Dyffryn enters into the sea. Continuing down the beach, and there's very little, in fact no wind at all today, so very little in the way of surf. So although the temperature's in the low 50s Fahrenheit, it's well, it doesn't feel too bad because total absence of wind. The Dyffryn, the river Dyffryn, Avon Dyffryn, it's just coming into view, about 100 yards or so ahead. It's just past another 4 people, so there are people around. There's that boat still out there. I don't know if you can pick it up with this camera. With a view looking back down the beach. I'm on shingle here. The tide is coming in, and here's the mighty Dyffryn, which drains the those hills back there. It's formed a little bit of a lagoon, just less than 100 yards long, and that's where it leaves the lagoon and goes out into the sea. Of course, there's been very little rain the last, well, most of the summer really, but the last week is certainly, even maybe 2 weeks. So there's still water coming through because those, well, there's always extensive bogs underneath the hills there, which hold a lot of water. you can see how calm it is, because there's another little lagoon which has been formed by the shingle on the beach, and there's actually not a ripple. It's totally calm. You got the reflection. It's hard to see the shoreline. Now what I normally do is try and look for driftwood, but looks like it's all gone. I'm probably not the only one that looks for driftwood, and by the end of the summer it's basically disappeared. Back there is Taliban on the other side of the river. Alright, this is where I leave the beach, this shingle beach. The tide is coming in, so the sand will gradually disappear, and I'll go back through the dunes again along this boardwalk, and then walk back to the car on the other side. Quite a well constructed boardwalk. And there's Marlborough, of course. There's always a good view of Marlborough and this area, the Lawley Ridge. Where those trees are in the distance is where I'll park my car. Okay, there's this rough pasture, but no problem. There's a semblance of a path going through there, and the sea's on the other side of those dunes. I'll make my way through here then to the car, a little over, well, maybe 200 yards ahead. I'm making my way through the rough pasture, and like these line of trees, pine trees, and here's the gate that gives access to the car park. There is one car there, so the odd walker, maybe probably locals mainly. There's a caravan site over there, and there's the dog bin. So that's the end of this walk.